She just really, she took off and she ran with it, and she made all of this happen. So I want to thank you, Jessica. You did a really, really great job. So all of the vendors here went through a 4-part training series. And the 5th part, the last part, which is this here, this is where they set up their tabletop display. They show off what they've learned throughout the training program of visually merchandising their booths to be able to attract customers in. They learned customer service. They learned people engagement. So now this is kind of like they're coming out to showcase what they produce, either at home or at a manufacturing facility. But these are all small business owners, and so we have to support them at all costs. I met some great people here, some great stories. I mean, I'm extremely impressed. So I want to give all the vendors a round of applause and thank you for being there. So with that, I want to turn it over to Jessica to show some words and get this party started.
Thank you, Edward. As Edward mentioned, this was just a tiny little idea flowing in my brain. And I mentioned to Assemblymember Eloise Reyes, I don't have money. I wish I had the money to give these small business owners because they have my heart, and it's connected from a personal level. My mom had a business and she lost it. So this is my way of taking care of that pain that I had. And it brings me a lot of joy to be able to support small business owners. And I said, I don't have the money, what can I do? Oh, I worked at Target, I worked at Forever 21. I used to help them make the money. So why can I help these small business owners? So they took 4 classes, as Edward said. The first one was learning consumer behavior. The other one was learning how to identify your target market. We gave them introduction to business, and we took it to the next level by helping them sketch ahead of time. So they could see what works, what doesn't, because a lot of the times when you go to these pop-up events, you only get 30 minutes, you only get an hour. We can't set up a day before. So this is what happened, and we're here, and I'm really excited. I want to say a special thank you for everyone that was involved. Jocelyn for believing in me. This little tiny idea just blew up to be this. And I want to thank Alicia, the owner, along with Alan, of the building for allowing us to party in here and making everything possible. And of course, everyone that was involved one way or another. Again, I don't have money, right? But I have contacts. And some of that contact is Peter Jackson and Brian Kennedy. If you guys can please come up to the stage. Peter Jackson is here representing Chase for Business. I didn't want these small business owners to, yes, if you guys have money, please buy all their products. But one of the things is I wanted to do something extra, and is awarding them to help them with their business, whether they have a pending permit, whether they need to buy more items to make their displays look more appealing, or if they need marketing. And I reached out to Peter and Brian and I said, I have this idea. Can you help me? And they said yes. So I'm gonna pass it on to Peter Jackson, who will be providing the cash grant of $1,500 for our first winner.
Good morning. How's everyone?
Great, how you doing?
All right. It's nice and cool in here. Happy Saturday. It's a pleasure to be here. Small Business Majority, phenomenal, fantastic organization. You can see Jocelyn, Jessica, the passion that they have for our local community and small businesses. It's a pleasure to be here with you. When she reached out, didn't hesitate, because this is what it's about, you know, coming together, building a community, and really supporting each other. It's great to see the small businesses. I look forward to popping by and hearing about your why, your story, sampling your products. We're happy to contribute. You know, JP Morgan, we had our racial equity commitment of $30 billion roughly 5 years ago. Out of that $30 billion, we deployed to the communities in the state of, well, the entire United States. Roughly all of it has been deployed, but we're not ending there. We're continuing. A lot of it is with human capital. My role is a senior business consultant. I'm a free business coach and mentor. So 18 years in the field. Now my pleasure is in the Inland Empire and Riverside, getting side by side with small business owners, getting in the weeds from soup to nuts, and helping scale and add fuel to businesses. So thank you for having me. It's great to be here, and I'll pass it on to my colleague. But thank you all, and look forward to meeting with you today.
I also wanted to introduce Brian Kennedy Jr. He is the Entrepreneur Ecosystem Director of Impact Business Capital, and they are also going to take care of one of our winners for $1,000. So we have 2 winners.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you to Small Business Majority and all the partners who've come together to make this experience possible. This is so beautiful and so exciting. Once again, I'm Brian with Impact Business Capital. We launched our entrepreneur ecosystem specifically to be a part of initiatives like this, where partners and business owners come alongside each other to grow and to be better together. And so we're honored to support this initiative. Congratulations on being a part of something so great, and we wish you the success that you continue to grow. As just a friendly reminder, Impact Business Capital, we do small business loans for each and every one of you all at the stage of your growth, from microloans for smaller businesses to commercial real estate loans when you're ready to buy your building. And we love working with partners. And so if you have cities, counties, bank partners, we love working with JP Morgan Chase so much because of their commitment. And they support our entrepreneur ecosystem as well. And so with that, I would like to give a light invitation for you all to join our entrepreneur ecosystem. We love to keep events and communities like this connected even after we leave. If you type in Impact Business Capital on your app store, you can join the entrepreneur ecosystem, and we can all stay connected to grow together. Thank you all so much for this experience, and excited to continue to grow together. Thank you, Jessica.
I also wanted to say a special thank you to Carla Palacios. Carla is actually a volunteer here today. Carla used to work with me at Target, and I said, I can't do this alone, come and help me. And she is here, so thank you, Carla, for supporting our small business owners with their display and for being a judge. Thank you. Today we have a special guest, Assembly Majority Leader, Eloise Gomez-Reyes. Can you please come to the stage? She will be giving us special remarks.
First of all, I gotta tell you how proud I am. Every time I see small businesses, I realize they say small businesses are the backbone of our economic development, of the community. That's absolutely the truth. And I hope that you recognize that. I hope you feel it. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. You know what, I'm gonna come down here because it's just kind of weird up here. Okay, all right. So I was born and raised in Colton, not too far away from here. My parents are both immigrants from Mexico, from a little town, Jalostotitlan, Jalisco. And as young kids, we picked grapes and onions. That's how we bought our school clothes, right? So everybody has their story. Nobody started rich. Nobody started with that wealth that we hear about from everybody else. So you have to find your own path, find your own passion, find the gifted, right? We have one of the vendors back here about the gifted, only the gifted. So find what your gift is. And that's what's important, quite frankly, is finding what your gift is. And it's not just for yourself, but it's for your family, like the Jimenez sisters. You know, it isn't just something you say, okay, I'm starting a business, it's for me. Rarely is it for just one person. It's usually because you're thinking of that generational wealth, because you want your children or your nieces, your nephews, somebody else to inherit something more, because you didn't inherit it. And you want somebody else to not have that daily grind that we all have to go through every single day. You wanted to find something more for the rest of the family. For my parents, it was investing in real estate. They bought their first house, and after their first house, my dad, he was a handyman. He worked hard, and so did the rest of his kids. The 6 kids, and we learned how to paint. We learned how to put up drywall. We learned how to do a little bit of the piping. We learned how to do landscaping. We learned how to do all that stuff, which has been great for me. My husband, though, I try not to tell him all the things that I learned, because then he wants me to help him with all the sprinklers and stuff. He does a great job with that. But that's what taught me what it was to work hard, right? And I can tell from all of you, I think I got to every single one of your booths, the story is the same. You work hard. This isn't something that somebody said, here, start this business, here's the money, here's everything you need. Go hire a bunch of people and start your business. You have worked hard to make this happen, to make this dream a reality. And when you succeed, you got to pat yourself on the back. You got to remind yourselves that you did it with the help of a lot of people. Just like Jessica said, nobody does this alone. It's a bunch of people that believe in you and say, let me buy your product, or let me go use your service. And that's the way it works. That people believe in you, and then you find ways to grow. But some of the statistics I do want to share with you. Now, you know a little bit about where I started. As a young girl, then in high school I was the ASB president. I had a scholarship to go to USC, and my dad says, where are you going to live? I said, Dad, they're going to have dorms and I get to live in the dorms? Where are the dorms? Well, they're at USC. Where's USC? In Los Angeles. No, mijita. You're not moving out of the house unless you're married or you're going to the convent. Well, I didn't have a boyfriend. I taught catechism, but I wasn't going to go to the convent. So USC held my scholarship. I went to the community college for 2 years, got my AA degree, and then went on to USC. They held my scholarship. And after USC, I said, I want to be an attorney. I've been wanting to be an attorney since I was in junior high, when I saw that my parents were not treated right by the only attorney that they knew in town who spoke Spanish. So I said, I'm going to law school, and I continued on to law school, 3 years in law school, and graduated, started with a big law firm in Los Angeles, and then came back to my community, because the reason I became an attorney is to serve my community. So I came back. After a couple of years, I opened up my own law firm, and then it comes out in the newspaper, first Latina ever to open up a law firm in the Inland Empire, Riverside, San Bernardino County. I said, that's pretty good. I didn't know I was the first. I'm not the last, and that's the important thing. You're starting businesses, and your businesses in your family, you'll be the first, but you won't be the last. Because you're going to teach your children, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbors about what it is to open a business. Because now you have the life lessons, and you can teach those to somebody else. Just like Jessica said at the beginning, I may not have money to give you, but she has skills that are necessary. How do you do a presentation? How do you set up your booth? How do you set up what it is you're trying to sell, so that people say, oh, I think I'm attracted to this particular booth. I like the way they set things up. That's a skill. And that's a great gift that Jessica is giving. It's a great gift, because although the rest of us think, oh yeah, I have a good eye. No, you don't. You need somebody who knows how to do it, who has been paid to do it, and that's why Jessica is here. But in 2016, I ran for and I won. I became the state assembly member for the 47th Assembly District, which was from Colton, Bloomington, San Bernardino, Rialto, Fontana, and Muscoy. And in redistricting in 2020, I now have Rancho Cucamonga, and I have parts of Ontario, and I have parts of Redlands and parts of Loma Linda. And I love the people that I represent. love the people I represent. So I was an attorney for 30 years and now 7 years as an assembly member. And I'm just enjoying it so much. Just a little plug. If any of you are thinking of running for office, come talk to me. We need more representation. We need small business owners to be in the state legislature or on the school boards or on the city councils. We need you because there are lots of small businesses that need representation, those who have that experience, so that when a small business comes in to try to set things up and you listen to the story, you think, this doesn't jive, this doesn't make sense. Or you can say, there's somebody who's working hard and I want to figure out a way to help them. They need you. They need you to represent them. But let's talk about small businesses. Small businesses, in 2021, California was home to 4.2 million small businesses, representing 99.8% of all businesses in the state and employing 7.3 million workers in California, almost half of the state's total workforce. That's small businesses. That's you. That's you. Sometimes you start as just a family-owned business. It's just you, your partner, your children. Yeah, child labor laws are, they still are in effect. But it's much easier to hire your family. But that's the way it starts. And then you get to the point where you can hire somebody else. You have to hire somebody to do your bookkeeping. You have to hire somebody to, it may be for a contract, because you want to make sure the contract protects you as a business owner, right? All of these things, and now you're hiring somebody else who has a small business as an attorney, like me, or somebody else who has a small business like a bookkeeper. You're giving business to somebody else who also has a small business. So as an attorney, I had my own law firm, and loved what I did. I can tell you that, being someone who signs a check not just on the back but on the front, it makes a big difference, because you got to make sure you take care of all your bills, but you got to remember you got to pay yourself too. That's oftentimes the hardest part. I always tell my husband, thank goodness he had a great job with a great pension, great benefits, so that I could just, I didn't have to take that draw all the time. That's not always true. Sometimes it's the whole family that's in it. You got to figure out your insurance, right? Isn't that right, Blue Horizon? Got to figure out your insurance. So if you do need the insurance, Blue Horizon is right there. These are all things. It's getting together with others who have similar desires, similar dreams, just like you do. But a lot of you also go beyond just your small business. And I have learned this even before I started as an assembly member. Because small businesses, you're the ones that support those community sports teams. You're the ones that when somebody says, oh, we're having a big sale, you're there to buy the baked goods. You're there to support the community because you are part of the community. And that's what makes the difference. When you have the big multi-billion-dollar corporations, they will hire people, and they hire good people, right? Like, let me see the name again. Peter, was it? Peter, they hire good people like Peter, right? To take care of the community. Peter's part of the community. Chase is huge. But they're smart. See, you all are smart because you're already in the community. Chase is smart. They hire people from the community to come and be part of the community. Now, Mr. Kennedy, I love, is it your mother, Hilda? I love Hilda. If you haven't met Hilda, you've got to meet Hilda. If you want help for your small business, we have lots of options here, right, Jessica? Lots of options. And Edward, with the chamber, he's just been phenomenal, helping so many small businesses. So if you're not a member already, you should join the chamber that he is part of. So every year, I try to introduce some legislation that will help small businesses. One year, there was a program that was going to be sunsetting, and it was for technical assistance for small businesses. And I said, we can't let this sunset. This is very important because oftentimes as a small business, you know what you want to do, and you know there's a program out there that the state is offering, you know there's money, but you just don't know how to get it. You don't know how to successfully get that money. And so this technical assistance was very important, and I introduced legislation to extend it so that our small businesses could continue to receive it. And it went through the process, and as has been the case with both Governor Brown and Governor Newsom, when I write good legislation, they look at it and they say, oh, I think I like that, and they put it into a trailer bill, and it becomes part of the budget. And now it's being, it's part of the it was part of the budget, so now it will be funded without, it's not going to be sunsetted anymore. So I'm very happy about that. That was my AB 1072. I always have to look at the numbers. I never know the numbers of my bills. Thank you to Ivana, who makes sure that she writes down every bill number so that I can, when I talk about it, I can look at my numbers and say, oh, it's 1072, so you can all look it up. Sometimes we have good budget years, sometimes we don't. A few years ago, the women's small business here in San Bernardino called and said, can you get the state to invest some money in us? I said, well, tell me what it is you need, and tell me why you need it, and tell me who you're going to help. So they gave me the pitch, and they needed $8 million, and they were going to help a number of women, and they were going to do a concentration on women of color. I said, okay, I like this very much. So I made my pitch to get it into the budget, and we got it. We got $8 million for the Women's Business Center. That's right, the Jimenez sisters know all about it. And then I said, okay, now I want to know a success story. And guess which success story they gave me? The Jimenez Sisters Ranch. So the $8 million did go to the Women's Business Center, and they have provided help to many of the business-owned businesses. Women-owned businesses. I said it wrong somehow. So if you're a women-owned business, call the Women's Business Center and tell them, hey, I heard you guys got $8 million a few years back, and I'd like to know if you still have some of that money left, because we'd like some of it. In 2019, I also authored AB 179. We found out that a lot of our car dealers, who are considered small businesses, were having lots of problems with the manufacturers, because the manufacturers were asking so much more and not providing the financial assistance that they would need. And through this bill, we were able to change the law so that those manufacturers now had to provide a lot more assistance to our small businesses, to the tune of, well, to a whole lot of money and a whole lot of help for our small businesses, and specifically for the car dealers. And I was very happy that we were able to do that. Last year, we provided $50 million in grants specifically for micro businesses. So that's another one. Again, if I tell you there's a program and there's money and you don't have access to it, it doesn't matter that the money is there, because you'll be thinking it's for somebody else. It's for LA, it's for San Diego, but it's not, it's for you as well. And before we leave today, I want to be sure that you all get a card from Ivana, so that you can call us on any issue. And if you forget who I am or forget what our number is, ask Jessica or ask Edward, and they will get a hold of us. Or you can ask Mrs. Kennedy if you go to that event. In fact, every year we recognize small businesses. We have small businesses of distinction, and we have one small business of the year. And this year, our event is going to be held, in fact, at MPAC. Now, the bill that I have this year, the idea came from a lot of the small businesses around my district, and also from our chambers. I sent out a survey and said, what is it that you most need from the state? And they said, we need access. Don't tell us that money's available if we can't have access to it. And so the bill requires that there be a portal in the state of California so that you go to one website as a small business, and two things can happen. One is that it provides all the information that you need going to one website. From there, you tell through the portal, you share exactly what your business is, who you're serving, what your needs are. The second thing is that if you register as a small business, a minority-owned business, then when the state of California needs to make a contract, they know that you are one of those that's already registered, you've already gone through the process. They don't have to start going through a list and start sending out requests. Your name will already be there. And that's the second part. It's sponsored by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in the state. the African American Chamber of Commerce, and the API Chamber of Commerce. They all have been working with me specifically to make sure that we get everything that we need in that particular bill. The bill has made it through the Assembly and it's now in Senate appropriations, and we're hoping that we're going to get it through. So that's that bill. So now let's get to certificates. All right.
They don't even know.
What's that?
They have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea.
You
So-
have no idea.
All
If
right.
I can, all the participants for the Visualize Success.
All right. You know what? Should we do it up here or should we do it down here? You guys are scaring me. This is a lot of weight on this stage. Let me get off. All right. So on behalf of the state of California, we have small businesses, and somebody tells us we want to honor our businesses, but we want to be there right with them, because your sacrifice for the community is extremely important. We want to say thank you for all that you do, right, Jessica? So come up with me, Jessica, as we hand out certificates. The second. All right, let's begin. We're highlighting now all who have taken time to invest in their personal and professional development by completing the Small Business Majority's Visualize Success, leveraging the power of presentation to boost your small business. Now you're taking it all to the next level. So we'll call them out. Claudia Dunn. Our photographer, do you want to come sit over here?
Yep. I just didn't want to block that one.
All right, Claudia, let's get you right in there.
Yes.
Edward, where are you, Edward?
I'm here.
Come join us.
Okay. I listen.
Let's have Edward scoot a little bit in because of the spotlight. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Claudia. Michelle Jimenez.
And for the 3 girls,
All right, it's a Jimenez family. We're going to give it to you because you're next. You're the next generation. This is what you call generational wealth. Honestly, you start the business and now the rest of the family gets to benefit from it.
Okay. Let's have some of the girls that way. Come this way.
Some over here next to Edward.
Yeah.
I know you go on the end because you're long.
I'm tall too.
You are.
And just a little bit. Okay, there you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
All right, thank you. Hugo Acevedo?
I was a video with the photographer and all that. Yeah. That way he could take a picture. Yeah.
And I love that Hugo, in the business, he's talking about history, about the bills that have passed specifically for street vendors. And so I appreciate that very much. He gave me some stickers. I'm going to give it to the 2 authors, Ricardo Lara, who is now our insurance commissioner, and Lena Gonzalez, who is the senator. Dulce Perez. All right, Dulce. Flowers. It's all about the flowers, right? I love it. I love the story. From Morelia? No. Nayarit. I knew it was one of those states. But I knew it wasn't Jalisco. Yes, that's right next to it. Nayarit, you all know Puerto Vallarta. All right, Dulce. Christian Baena. Christian. Thank you, Christian. Thank you so much. John Hale. Hey, John. This is after you've made your business, made your money, then it's philanthropy. It's giving back to the community, right? And this is exactly what he and Ray are doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and now let's go back to our partners. So to put something like this together, I know Jessica, she talked about the fact that you have to have partners. And the biggest partner she had was with Edward. And then she starts calling on the rest of you, and you all stepped up. So I'd like to begin by recognizing Edward Ornelas, the President and CEO of the Inland Empire Regional Chamber of Commerce. Do you want to give those to Jessica? Next, my good friend and the son of my very good friend, Brian Kennedy Jr. I'm telling you, if you haven't met Hilda, you gotta meet her.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Brian. The wonderful host here at the Enterprise Building, Alan and Alicia. Alan.
We'll circle back. They may be in the office.
All right. And a few more partners we'd like to highlight that made this all possible. Peter Jackson, Vice President for Chase for Business. All right, Peter, $30 billion. When you talk about a company dedicated,
Ready, 1, 2, there you go.
when you talk about a company dedicating money back into investing in the community is really what it is. It isn't giving to the community, it's investing in the community. Because all of you, once they invest in you, then you're going to remember Chase was there with you from the very beginning. And so it is an absolute investment, and I appreciate the $30 billion, and I hope to see more of it, not just in California, but in the Inland Empire. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you. Carla Palacios, for her contribution to visual merchandising coaching.
Oh, yeah. Smart.
Thank you, Carla.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much. It's that eye. Tatiana Zakrachenko. Tatiana. All right, we're going to circle back on that one. Come on, Tatiana. From Stanford. Yes. All right, Stanford's in the house. So any of you have kids that want to go to Stanford, go talk to Tatiana. She's working on a project. Ishita Patel. Ishita is putting together reels, so be sure you follow her so that, I mean, you may be in one of those reels, right? It's a reel. Edward's saying, no, please, not a comedian. All right, and to Jessica. Jessica, is yours in there?
Oh, no, I think it's.
Oh, it's up there, all right. To Jessica, who had a dream. That's the way it all begins. When you have a dream and you say, I want to do something that is for the community. Let's put you in the center. And the truth is, you all are starting with dreams. And you're all thinking of your families. You're thinking of that generational wealth. It starts with one person buying one house, and then buying the next house or the next apartments. It starts with one person opening up one business, hiring more and more people to help your business grow and maybe doing another business. It all starts with one. But be the first, but never be the last, as Michelle Obama has told us many times, right? You can be the first, never be the last. Help the next person. And I think that's what's so beautiful about small businesses, is that you don't just help yourself, you don't just help your family, you help your entire community. And I appreciate so much that you are helping our small businesses, making sure that they can grow and that they have now resources. They know where they can call, they know who they can call. And that's so important. I want to thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you. Please know that my office is available to you. We're just off of the 10th freeway off of Waterman. We're there to help you. And if we don't have an answer, my team is the most resourceful. They will get an answer. And if it's through GoBiz or whoever it is, we'll find out how we can help you. So thank you so very much for all that you do. Edward.
We have the owners of the Enterprise building here. This beautiful building was built in 1929. Is that right, Alan? 1927. So special shout out to Alan and his lovely wife on letting us borrow this facility.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
We have a couple more that we need to acknowledge. Yeah, if we missed anybody, who can I call up here?
Portia.
Portia?
Come on, Portia.
She's back.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Well, we're here for the main thing, right? We want to know who the winner is. All right.
Do you want the one group photo with everyone?
Oh, yeah. Let's do a quick group.
Oh, yeah, side, everything. We can maybe hold off at the
After?
end.
Okay. Do you want to announce the winner if I give it to you? Okay.
Yes.
So,
All
all
right, drum roll.
right.
What time is that?
I couldn't do this by myself. This is why I brought Carla. It was a lot of, you guys did such a great job in doing your presentations, and I promise that all these points are away from each other by a point or two. Unfortunately, we can only have 2 winners. And I'm gonna start with second place. Second place got 130 points.
She kept it a secret. Even my talking points don't include it. And the business that's going to get $1,000 from AMPAC is Artemar 97. Come on, Victor. AMPAC, where's that check?
So like I said, it's only points away. That was 130 points. So the $1,000 will be provided by Brian Kennedy and Pack Capital. So please stay in touch with him. Get his number. Don't let him go.
Chase him down.
And don't let them say the check is in the mail.
Thank you, NPAC Capital. Business Capital. So that was 130 points. 132 points.
That was close. All right, drum roll. This time you guys got to do a drum roll. Come on, come on. All right, with 132 points.
It's close.
For $1,500 from Chase. Where's Chase? Peter, come on up, because you know you have to have that check.
Tell them the salad.
Yeah, tell him to zell it. There you go. Thanks, Edward. We have Jimenez Sisters Ranch.
Congratulations. You want to say something?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you got to say something more. You gave me a whole speech when I went over to your booth. Come over here to the light, though. Come to the light.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So, how did you start? When did you start?
We started during COVID. We've been raising goats since we were like 3 years old. And when COVID hit, we had nothing to do with the goat milk that we brought in. So we started researching ways on how to use it. And we found that we could make goat milk soaps and body products.
So you have soaps, you have, what else do you have? Creams?
Yeah, we have lotions, we have soaps, we also have body butter creams and lip balms too.
All right, Olivia, one last thing.
We have sugar scrubs, and they're made with real sugar, and goat milk is our #1 product. We do not use any water.
All right, and so you've got to, Yaleen, you got to tell us one last thing. Do you like working with your sisters?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we wanted to know, because this is a business right here. And Chase?
Yes.
Peter, the great investment.
Yes.
Great investment.
Thank you, everyone who made this possible. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you, NPAC. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, everyone. Let's get this party started. Just so you know, there is a bar. There's alcohol beverages on that outside if you're interested. Have a great day.
And there's snacks in there.
Oh, and I'm sorry, we also have snacks at the entrance to your right.